Hey there, Judy. I hate to interrupt you in the middle of the day, but do you have a minute to talk?
Sure thing, Connie. I don't mind. Is everything okay? Do you need help with something?
Well, it doesn't really have anything to do with work, so I've been debating whether or not I should bring it up to you.
Connie, I'm your supervisor. If whatever's bothering you is so serious that you think you need to bring it up to me during the day, then it's obviously something that will impact your work, so go ahead. Tell me what's on your mind.
Thanks, Judy. I really appreciate it. So here's the thing. I actually just found out that I am pregnant.
Oh my goodness, really? Oh, that's wonderful news. I'm so happy for you, Connie. So who's the father? I don't remember you ever talking about having a boyfriend or a husband.
Well, the father is the issue. I'm not sure whether I should tell you who he is.
Why not? Is it someone else at the company? Well, don't worry. If this is something you need to keep secret, your secret is safe with me.
Okay. I'll tell you who the father is then, but don't get too surprised, okay?
It's all right. Go ahead and tell me.
It's Harvey.
Harvey? In accounting? But he's over 60 years old. I'm surprised that his... you-know-what still works.
Oh my God, no, not that Harvey.
Oh, that's a relief. But I don't think there are any other Harveys at the company.
That's because my Harvey doesn't work at the company.
Wait a minute. You're not talking about my husband, Harvey, are you?
I am, actually. I am pregnant with your husband's child.
All right, Connie, that's enough of that. I'll let you off with just a warning this time, but don't go making jokes like this ever again. It is a violation of the company's harassment policy.
I'm not joking, though. I'm telling the truth.
There is no way you could be pregnant with my husband's baby. I mean, as far as I know, the two of you have never even met each other.
Sure we have. We've met a bunch of times. He comes to pick you up from the office from time to time, doesn't he?
I mean, sure he does, but he only does that maybe once or twice a month at the most. What are you saying, that you were watching him from the window or something?
I sure was. That's how I recognized him when we bumped into each other downtown one day. I said hi, we got to talking, he invited me to have coffee with him in a cafe. One thing led to another, and now I'm pregnant.
I don't believe this. You're serious, aren't you? You really have been sleeping with my husband? How long have you two been seeing each other?
I think the first time we did it was almost a year ago. Wow, the time really has flown.
Oh my God, you've been doing this for a whole year?
We sure have. It's been the best year of my life.
No way. I don't believe it. You have to be pulling some kind of elaborate prank on me. I mean, there is no way you've been sleeping with my husband. It can't be true.
Judy, I think it would be the best thing for you, me, Harvey, and our baby for you to just accept reality. That's the only way we'll be able to move forward with our plan.
Plan? What plan? What do you want from me anyway?
Isn't it obvious? I want to get married to Harvey so we can raise our child together.
I suppose I should have seen that coming.
So I'd appreciate it if you could do whatever you need to do to move your divorce along as swiftly as possible, okay? Oh, and also, you're going to have to move out of his house.
Now, wait just a minute. We've only been living in that house for 6 months now.
I know, it's perfect. I would never raise my precious baby in anything but a brand new house. Like, who wants to buy a used house anyways? Who knows what kind of germs and stuff are spread all over the place? Okay, so we're on the same page now, right? You're gonna divorce my Harvey and get out of his house as soon as possible. Clear? That's what you'll do if you love him anyway. What man would want to stay married to an old granny like you?
Excuse me? I'm an old granny?
Yeah, you're gonna be 40 soon, aren't you? I mean, you should be grateful that Harvey was willing to stay with you past 30.
Whatever. Listen, Connie, I don't know what you expected would happen when you texted me today, but I am absolutely not going to just lie down and admit defeat. That house is our house, mine and Harvey's, not yours. And the final matter of business is to talk to Harvey about what's going on. I'm still not 100% convinced you're telling the truth.
You're gonna be in for a rude awakening when you have that conversation. Harvey is absolutely head over heels for me. And you can't really blame him either. Ask any man in the world which one of us they'd pick, and they'd pick me every single time.
You've known Harvey for a year. I have been married to him for 10 years and known him longer than that. Our bond as husband and wife is far, far stronger than a little hussy like you would ever understand. Oh yeah? Well, this hussy was able to shatter those super strong bonds you're talking about in no time. He's mine now, Judy. An old granny like you doesn't deserve to have a handsome, successful man like Harvey for a husband. Oh, and one more thing. None of this is a request, it's a demand, and you have no right to say no to me. I demand that you divorce my husband and move out of my house immediately. If you want to put up a fight, bring it. I'll just have to force you out instead. I'll deal with you later. My first order of business is to talk to Harvey. Do it quick, all right? I want to move into my big, comfortable new house and relax as soon as possible. Hi there, Tucker.
Well, if it isn't my lovely daughter-in-law, how are you today, sweetheart?
Could be better. Hey, is Harvey there right now? He told me he was going to visit you guys today.
You just missed him. He left about 10 minutes or so ago. Why, what's the matter?
I've been trying to get a hold of him, but he's not returning my calls or texts.
Well, I suppose he should be home before too much longer. You know, I've been thinking lately, I do appreciate how often Harvey comes over to see us. But considering the circumstances that allow him to do that, well, I feel so guilty. It must be a terrible burden on you.
No, it's nothing you need to feel bad about. We're a married couple, and that means we do the best we can to support one another.
I know, that's what you always say, but I still wish that he would get his act together.
I'm sure he will eventually. Anyway, about Harvey, when he was at your house, was he acting strange at all?
No, he didn't say or do anything out of the ordinary that I can recall. What's going on, though? Is there something wrong with Harvey?
It's just, I got a text message from one of the people who I supervise at work.
And what did she say? Was it something to do with Harvey?
Yes, actually. She said that she's pregnant with his child.
What? No, there's no way that can be true.
As of right now, I'm currently in the same boat as you. I just can't believe it's true. That's why I'm trying to get a hold of Harvey so I can ask him myself.
I see. Yes, it would be best to ask him first before making any untoward assumptions. It could be a mistake, a joke, a lie. Or, sadly, it might just be the truth.
That's a possibility that I'm prepared for, but I need to talk to Harvey first.
And if it turns out to be true?
In that case, then I'll just have to move forward with my best interests in mind.
Indeed. Judy, I want you to know that if my boy really has betrayed you, you have my blessing to deal with him however you see fit. You don't need to worry about my wife or me. We'll accept your decision.
Thank you for being so understanding, Tucker. You've always been a good father-in-law to me. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to trying to get a hold of Harvey. I'll let you know once I find out one way or the other. Well, Judy, how goes the desperate search for your soon-to-be ex-husband? Is he responding to you yet? No, not yet. Why do you ask, Connie? Do you have some idea of where he might be? Oh, I don't just have an idea. I know exactly where he is and where he's going. Okay. Were you going to tell me or what? Gladly. He's in his car right now on his way to visit me. That's why he's ignoring all your messages and calls. He's on his way to have some fun with his favorite girl. He doesn't need your crotchety attitude to spoil the mood. That reminds me, Connie, earlier on you were talking like women who are around 40 are completely unappealing. You do realize that you'll be 42 someday, right? Yeah, of course I do. That's why I'm having as much fun as I can while I still have my feminine charm. And what about Harvey? He's the same age as me. If I'm an old granny to you, does that make him an old grandpa? Yep, that's exactly right. Then, what in the world are you sleeping with him for, not to mention having his child? You want to know why, Judy? I'll tell you why. It's because you piss me the hell off. That's why. What? Why? I hate the way you always try to tell me what to do. You think you're some kind of big shot, don't you? Always bossing me around, giving me assignments, acting like my boss. What the? Connie, I am your boss. I'm your supervisor. So frickin' what? I don't need some old granny breathing down my neck all day. I can get my job done just fine without your constant lectures. Okay, well, I can't say that I agree with your reasoning, but at least that explains why you hate me so much. What it doesn't explain is why get involved with Harvey. Because I knew the best way to make you suffer would be to take your precious husband away from you. Are you serious? Yep. At first, all I wanted to do was sleep with him and make the two of you break up, and then I'd get rid of him after that. But you know, he's actually not that bad of a guy, and he's great in bed. So when I got pregnant, I thought, why not just go all the way? I'll marry him and have his kid, and then you'd have to watch us be happy for the rest of your miserable life. For God's sake, Connie, you really decided to go this far just to get back at me for being your boss? Yeah, and what of it? I haven't done anything wrong. Harvey even says he's happier with me than he is with you. Seems to me like your marriage has been over for way longer than we would have been seeing each other. All I did was make it official. You can't blame me for that. This seems to me like the perfect opportunity for you to let go of your failed marriage and move forward toward a miserable, lonely future of nothing but sadness and misery. Well, I guess that's that. Thanks for telling me all of that, Connie. You're welcome, I guess? You want Harvey? Okay, you can have him. Seriously? All right. Since Harvey isn't answering my texts, go ahead and do me the favor of letting him know I'm divorcing him. Will do. So you're gonna hurry up and move out of the house too, right? For sure.
Hey, Judy, I heard about what you said.
What did I say? Be specific.
You know, about divorcing me.
Mm-hmm. And who did you hear it from?
From Connie.
So it was true. You really were sleeping with her.
It's true, Judy, and for what it's worth, I'm sorry that it happened this way.
And you're really serious about marrying her, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm sure. She's pregnant with my kid. I have to take responsibility for that.
I really don't want to hear any talk from you about responsibility. I have a lot of things I want to say right now, but I just don't have the energy. It is what it is. I'll contact my lawyer and have him draw up a set of divorce papers for us. Oh, and I'm moving out of the house, just so you know.
Okay, I got it. And Judy, I know this won't mean much coming from me, but it was good while it lasted. You really did do a lot for me, and I appreciate that.
You're right, Harvey, that doesn't mean much coming from you. One more thing, it's going to take a while for me to move out of the house, so you're going to have to give me some time to get everything ready. I've got paperwork to sign, phone calls to make. It's going to be a total mess.
Yeah, I totally understand. Go ahead and let me know when you're all moved out. I'm really sorry for everything I've done to you, Judy.
What's going on here, Judy? I want answers. Wow, and here I was thinking I was finally rid of you. If you want answers, you're going to have to ask a more specific question. We were about to move all my stuff into the house since you finally moved out, but when we got here, the locks had been changed and there was a for sale sign in the yard. That's what's going on. Now explain. Oh, didn't Harvey tell you anything? He's just as clueless as I am and twice as panicked. Oh, I guess Harvey didn't notice. Notice what? Would you please start making sense? The truth is that house wasn't our joint property. It was my personal property. I'm the sole owner. What? But you were married, right? Doesn't that mean you both own it? Well, I make more money than he does, and I'm the one who paid for everything, so it only makes sense it would be mine. Wait, really? That's right. I'm the one who wanted to build a new house in the first place. I had a lot of specific requests I wanted in the house, and it didn't feel right to make Harvey pay for something that I wanted. So I paid for the house by myself and put it in my own name. That means it's mine to do with as I please. And since you're not party to the discussion at all, I didn't feel the need to inform you. But I don't understand. This is all way too sudden. Is it though? I told Harvey that I was getting ready to move, so I assumed he had told you about that as well. I don't know, perhaps he was under the impression that I was just going to walk away from the house, as if I'd actually do that. I don't believe this. You tricked us. How did I trick you? I already told you the house is my personal property, and thus it is mine to do with as I please. I really don't know what made you two think you would get to have the house. But where are we supposed to live now? I already canceled the lease on my old apartment. I can't move back there now. Well, that's not my problem, is it? Go and talk to your precious little husband about it. Live wherever you want. I don't care.
You can't do this to us.
Don't forget, you're the woman who ripped my husband away from me. I could be doing much worse to you if I so pleased. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd really prefer never to talk to you again. So I think I'm going to block your number.
Don't you dare block me. This conversation is not over, not by a long shot.
It is for me, though. I am absolutely swamped right now. I just moved into my new place and I've only unpacked the daily essentials. I still have to do a bunch of paperwork to change my address, change my name. Ugh, it's going to take me forever to do it all. So I have no time to waste talking to you. Goodbye.
Dad, are you there? I need your help. You need help, do you? Well, what can I do for you? I know this is sudden, but do you think I could stay at your place for a little while? And why do you need to stay with me? What's going on? The thing is, me and Judy are getting divorced. I see. And, well, she kinda kicked me out of the house. And there's one more thing, too. I have a new wife with me. You what? I know, it's a lot to take in, but we can talk about the details later. I'll head over to your place now, and we can talk about it in person. Hold it right there. You don't get to decide when we discuss those details. Depending on what the details are, I may or may not choose to allow you inside. All right. I guess I can understand wanting to know. So here's the thing. Me and Judy have been in a loveless marriage for years now, but divorce would be a real pain that both of us wanted to avoid, so we decided to stay legally married. I'm not sure I understand, but keep going. So, since we didn't love each other anymore, I went and found someone who did love me. Now that me and Judy are divorced, we're going to get married soon. Let me see if I've got this straight. You've been cheating on Judy. What? No, that's not it at all. You see, when we both realized that we had fallen out of love with each other, we decided to open up our marriage. Sure, Judy might still be my legal wife, but she told me she didn't mind me going out with other women. I know this may seem strange to you, Dad, but times have changed. Open marriages are really common these days. I see. So you're saying that Judy is on board with you marrying this new girl of yours? That's right. We both decided that it wasn't worth keeping up appearances when we didn't love each other, so we agreed to divorce amicably. I'm impressed. Boy, I never thought that one day you would have the nerve to tell such a ridiculous lie to me. But, no, Dad, I'm not lying. It's the truth. Don't give me that malarkey. If Judy really was okay with you seeing this new girl, then why have you been sneaking around and meeting her behind Judy's back? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been sneaking. Liar! You've been telling her that you're going to visit your mother and me when you're actually going to meet your mistress. What? I don't understand. How did you know about that? Judy told me all about your sordid little affair, and when we were talking about that, I realized that you had been lying to her about visiting us. For the last year or so, you've been visiting us maybe once or twice a month, but you've been telling Judy that you're seeing us at least once a week. Oh, no! I would never allow such a pathetic liar as yourself in my house, much less the succubus who ripped you away from poor Judy. Go and find your own place to live. But, Dad, you don't understand. I haven't told you this yet, but Connie is pregnant. That child is your grandchild, and I know how much you've always wanted to meet your grandchildren. You wouldn't kick the woman carrying your grandchild out onto the street, would you? You're no son of mine anymore, and that means that no child of yours will ever be my grandchild. You're a man, aren't you? It's time for you to step up and raise the child yourself.
Dad, why are you doing this to me?
You're not the victim here, Judy is. I wanted you to have children with Judy. She was the best woman you could have ever hoped for. I'm not interested in the child of some floozy you found on the street corner. I'm disowning you, Harvey. Never darken my doorstep with your presence ever again.
Judy, I'm sorry for what happened. You know that. So please, can't you let us have the house?
Are you insane? It's either that or you're the most shameless wretch I've ever met.
I know that I'm a scumbag. I'm the lowest of the low. But think about that baby. The baby hasn't done anything wrong.
You're right. If anything, I feel bad that your poor child is cursed with being born to a lying moron and a home-wrecking harpy.
Then take the house off the market and let us live there.
It's already off the market. I found a buyer the other day and we already signed the deal. This is what you get for being a sniveling little coward, Harvey. Maybe if you hadn't ignored my calls and texts that day, maybe if you had come straight home and had a face-to-face conversation with me, maybe then I would have considered letting you have the house, but it is far too late for you now. Ever since the day that I found out about your affair and Connie's baby, you've been running away from me. I'm surprised you were even able to get her pregnant at all, considering you're not even man enough to face the consequences for your misdeeds. I'm never giving you that house, and I am not even giving you money for a month's rent.
No way. You're really not gonna give me anything?
Absolutely nothing. Now, never contact me again, got it? This is goodbye, Harvey. Forever.
Come on, Judy. You're really not gonna give us this house?
What the? I can't believe it. I thought I'd blocked you. Oh well, I'll soon remedy that mistake. And about the house, really, what were you expecting? It's my house, remember? Why would I simply let two losers who mean nothing to me have it for free?
All right. I guess there's no way I'm gonna change your mind. We'll just have to find some apartment to move into until we can find a house.
I guess so. Speaking of which, do you have the money to pay for an apartment or mortgage?
What kind of question is that? Of course I don't. Harvey's going to pay for everything.
No, he's not.
Huh? Yes, he is.
He's not going to pay for it because he can't pay for it.
What makes you say that?
He's unemployed.
What? Harvey's unemployed? That can't be.
I was pretty shocked myself when he suddenly came home about a year ago and told me he got fired. He told me that he would take care of things around the house for me until he found his next job. That's why he came to pick me up from the office every once in a while.
But why didn't he ever say anything about that to me?
It's quite simple, Connie. He was lying to you to make you like him. I would recommend not counting on him to support you either, by the way. Plan on having to support both of you by yourself.
But I can't do that. My stomach is getting bigger every day, and I already quit my job.
Yeah, I remember that. You seemed so happy when you were giving your going-away speech.
I can't believe this. What is Harvey thinking, keeping something like that from me?
For his part, he says he's going to take responsibility. As for how, your guess is as good as mine, seeing as though he doesn't have a job. I'll bet he doesn't have a plan to get one either, honestly. But that's not my problem anymore.
This can't be happening.
Not that I care, but if you really care about your child's future, you'll do what you can to get Harvey to step up. Because try as you might, you're never going to get a single cent out of me.
Come on, I'm going to be giving birth to a baby soon, and you're just gonna watch as I get forced to live on the streets? Don't you have a heart?
I have pity on those who deserve pity. You decidedly do not. Good luck on starting your new married life with Harvey. You're going to need it.
Hey there, Judy. It sure has been a while, huh? How have you been?
What reason could you possibly have to be texting me right now? We're divorced. We've been divorced for 3 years. We're no different than complete strangers. I said never text me again, and I meant it. Why do I keep forgetting to block people?
Stop! Wait! I wanted you to know that me and Connie are breaking up.
Oh, for the love of... What happened now?
I just can't deal with her anymore. All she ever talks about is money. Like, why don't you get a job? When are you gonna get a job? Have you looked at the help wanted ads lately? When are you gonna start working again?
I mean, she is the mother of your child. She has a point, doesn't she?
But she's telling me to take any job, even a part-time job at a convenience store or something. That's not a career. I need to get a job that has potential for advancement.
Okay, well, what sort of job are you looking for anyway?
Well, considering my age and experience, I think the best place for me is upper management.
You've got to be kidding me. How much of a moron are you?
Hey, I am not a moron.
You are 43 years old and you have never been in any management position, and you got fired from the last job you had. There is no company that would hire you as an entry-level employee, much less upper management. Wake up from your delusions of grandeur, Harvey. You have a real child who needs real money. That child doesn't have time for your starry-eyed fantasies.
I know, and I'm going to, I promise. But it's just... Well, I mean, that's it. I can't handle living with Connie anymore. She's not understanding of my career goals.
You've got to be kidding me.
I've been thinking lately, and I realized that I was never happier than when I was with you.
Yeah, because I wasn't getting on your case about finding a job like Connie rightfully is.
That's not it. I really do miss you.
Shut up, would you? You only miss being able to sit around at home all day while I paid for all of our lifestyle. You don't miss me at all. You're just tired of being held accountable for once in your life. I supported you with every fiber of my being while we were married, and you betrayed me.
Don't talk like that. I made you happy, didn't I?
You made me miserable for an entire year while you were cheating on me. And now you're making Connie and your child miserable with your laziness. Honestly, I'm still mad at Connie for what she did, and I'll never forgive her for that. But I still say she has every right to kick you to the curb. Now, put down your phone, pick up the newspaper, find a job opening, any job opening, and apply for it. You don't have any right to be happy until you've provided your wife and child with everything they need to get by.
That's not fair, though!
Life isn't fair, Harvey. Now this time, I'm going to block your number for sure, so don't ever contact me again. I am way happier single than I ever was with you. Hi there, Tucker. How have you been?
Judy, it's so great to hear from you, sweetheart. To what do I owe the pleasure?
To whom, actually? Harvey just texted me a bit ago. It looks like he's having money problems again, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came to you begging for a handout soon.
Oh no. Well, thanks for the heads up, Judy. Words can't express how sorry I am for everything that foolish boy put you through.
No, really, it's okay. The truth is, I was aware that Harvey was cheating on me. It's just that I didn't know what I would do after I divorced him, and I didn't want to be all alone. So I pretended not to notice.
My goodness, you really knew?
Yeah, and I realize now what a terrible mistake it was to let it go. I've been single for 3 years now, and I can honestly say that leaving him was a total positive. I don't miss the married life at all, at least not married life with him. If anything, I'm glad that I was able to get rid of him before I turned 40. It made the rest of my life much easier than it would have been.
You really are a strong woman, Judy. I'm glad to hear you've found your happiness. If there's ever anything I can do for you, don't hesitate to ask.
The same goes for me, Tucker. Keep in touch, okay? Connie and Harvey got divorced shortly after that. Connie moved back in with her parents, and her parents are looking after her child while she goes to work. The way I heard it, her parents were furious when they found out about the circumstances of her marriage, and they opposed it from the start. So they're making her pay a hefty amount of rent to them to allow her to live there, as well as do most of the housework. She's definitely not living the pampered and spoiled life that she thought she would get when she started sleeping with Harvey. After his second divorce, Harvey was now stuck with paying child support to Connie. Since it was either work or go to jail, he decided to do the thing he'd been dreading the most. He took up a part-time job at the convenience store. He hates it and bizarrely thinks it's beneath him, but if he quits, then he'll be jailed for failing to make his child support payments. So he has no choice but to grit his teeth and bear it. As for me, the money I got from selling the house was more than enough for me to get my new solo life started. And without Harvey's dead weight to carry, I'm free to do practically whatever I want now. I go on solo vacations to tropical resorts twice a year. I've seen more of the world than I ever thought I would, and I am loving every single day of my new life. Bethany, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you.
I never thought you would end up marrying my brother. Honestly, I couldn't have imagined it at all.
Oh, really? I didn't think it was that surprising, though.
Is that so? But it's truly shocking for me. You're going to be my sister now. It feels so strange, almost surreal. From now on, let's get along well, not just as friends, but also as family.
Oh, about that.
What do you mean?
You see, I've never really thought of you as a friend.
What? What are you talking about? What does that even mean?
Huh? What do you mean, what does that mean?
I mean, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying I've never once considered you, an ugly girl like you, as my friend.
What? You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm completely serious. What part of that is hard for you to understand? It's pretty straightforward, don't you think?
Straightforward?
Yeah, as in the literal meaning of the words. Not only are you ugly in appearance, but it seems like your brain doesn't work properly either. Honestly, you're beyond saving.
Why are you suddenly saying all this?
Seriously, it's been so embarrassing for me this whole time. People actually believed that I was best friends with someone as hideous as you. Can you imagine how mortifying that was? There is no way someone like me, someone who shines as brightly as I do, would ever be true friends with someone like you, an introverted, unattractive mess.
Why would you say something like that? Are you really Bethany? Is this actually you? Maybe someone hacked your phone.
No, it's me, the real Bethany, 100% authentic.
But there's no way you'd say such horrible things. The Bethany I know is kind and caring. You always protected me when I was being bullied.
Oh, please, that was all an act.
An act? What do you mean?
Wow, you're even dumber than I thought. Do I really need to explain everything to you from A to Z?
I'm sorry.
Oh, whatever. I already know how slow you are, so I'll spell it out for you in simple terms. Listen carefully. From the very beginning, my goal was always Jacob.
What? My brother?
That's right. The moment I laid eyes on him, I knew. I just knew he had an incredibly bright future ahead of him. And I decided right then and there that I needed to stake my claim. That's why I pretended to be friends with you.
No way.
Exactly as I predicted. Jacob turned out to be amazing. He's a doctor now, isn't he? Talk about hitting the jackpot. I've got a great eye for these things, don't I? But oh, let me tell you, it wasn't easy. I had to put up with so much for the sake of securing my dream of a luxurious future. Being forced to hang out with someone as unattractive as you, it was pure torture. I mean, sure, being around someone moderately plain might make me look better by comparison, but your level of ugliness, that's just too much. Even waking next to you in public was humiliating.
That's so cruel.
Well, now that Jacob and I are getting married, I don't need to keep up the charade of being your friend anymore. So don't bother coming to the wedding, okay? It's bad enough that people thought we were friends. Imagine how much worse it would be if they knew you were my family. I mean, seriously, that's just unbearable. Oh, but don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Jacob is like you. Jacob is perfect. He's handsome, tall, clean-cut, and most importantly, he's a total elite. He's everything I could ever want in a husband. But you're just... No. Honestly, I can't believe you two are even related. Life is so unfair sometimes.
I understand. I won't come to the wedding.
Naturally. Make sure to come up with a good excuse for why you're not attending, okay? Oh, and don't even think about holding a grudge. You should be thanking me, actually. I mean, I have been so nice to you all these years, pretending to be your friend and all.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, knowing you probably wouldn't dare tattle on me anyway. So that's that. Just make sure I never have to see your ugly face again, okay?
All right.
Hannah!
Richard? Why are you contacting me all of a sudden? It's so unusual for you to reach out.
I heard about you from Sky recently.
From Sky?
Yeah, he mentioned that you seem to be under a lot of mental strain, like really cornered. Is something going on?
No, there's nothing wrong at all.
Really?
Yes, really, I'm truly fine. I'm sorry for causing you any concern.
Well, it's not really me who's worried, it's Sky. You know how he's always been the meddlesome type.
Sky,
He told me something interesting. He said that even if there were things you can't talk about with your family or friends, maybe you'd feel more comfortable talking to me. After all, you and I, well, let's be honest, we're not exactly super close, right? But that's precisely why he thought I might be a good listener for you.
Richard,
Look, I can promise you this. I'm a vault. If you tell me not to say a word, I won't spill it, even under torture.
when you say that, it doesn't even sound like a joke.
That's because it's not a joke. And besides, you know I'm good at dealing with messy situations, right? Of course, go ahead.
Thank you. In that case, would you mind listening for a little while? I can't handle it all on my own anymore.
Maybe I can actually help. Man, I have to say it's even worse than I imagined.
But Bethany isn't all wrong, you know. Sure, maybe she had her reasons for befriending me, but I can't deny how much she helped me. When I was being bullied, she stood up for me. She spent time with me, played with me. It wasn't all bad. In fact, she had so many good qualities. Even if her goal was my brother, she still chose to hang out with someone like me. If anything, I should be grateful to her.
That's not a healthy way to look at this.
Huh?
You sound like someone trying to rationalize being mistreated.
What do you mean by that?
It's something that happens a lot, you know. Kids who've been abused by their parents often try to justify the abuse. They'll say things like, my parents weren't all bad, or they had good sides too. They end up defending their abusers. Right now, you sound exactly like that.
No, that's not. I'm not.
Look, I'm not a psychiatrist, and I don't know the full details of your relationship with this Bethany person, so I'm not going to act like some all-knowing expert here. But something I've always wondered about you is this. Why do you have such a low opinion of yourself? You're constantly saying things like, someone like me, or putting yourself down.
Why, you ask?
Yeah, why do you talk about yourself like that?
Well, it's because...
Hannah,
What?
don't what me. What is this nonsense? How come none of your family members showed up to the wedding? Not even one. Explain this to me right now.
Huh? Why are you asking me that? I thought it was obvious. Didn't you say it yourself? Something along the lines of, the thought of having someone ugly like you in my family makes me sick. That's why I figured it'd be better for everyone if none of them came. After all, they're related to me, so they share the same ugly genes, right? I was just being considerate of your feelings.
What? What are you even talking about? I never said anything like that.
Oh, really? It's funny how people who hurt others conveniently forget their own words. But don't worry, I remember everything. In fact, if you don't believe me, why don't you go back and check your messages? The proof is all there. It's saved in the chat history, plain as day.
Even if I said something like that, I only ever said it to you. I never told your whole family to stay away. And what's the big idea of going behind my back and tattling to them? Didn't I tell you to keep your mouth shut?
You did.
Then why the hell did you turn around and tell them what I said?
Because quite frankly, I didn't see any reason why I had to listen to you.
What? Seriously? You of all people are saying that to me?
What does you of all people even mean? Are you seriously implying that I'm supposed to follow your every command?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You are nothing but a slow, helpless, ugly loser without me. And now, of all times, you've repaid all the kindness I've shown you by stabbing me in the back like this.
Kindness? That kindness?
Are you joking?
Everything I've done for you? Don't tell me you've forgotten. What about all those times I stood up for you when you were being bullied?
All right, that did happen.
See? So how can you...
But wasn't all of that your doing in the first place?
Excuse me? What are you even talking about?
You know, I used to think you were amazing. Whenever my shoes or bag went missing, you'd always find them so quickly, no matter how big the school was. I was genuinely grateful. I even thought to myself, this person is incredible, truly one of a kind. But now it all makes sense. Of course you could find them so easily. You were the one hiding my stuff in the first place, weren't you? And those awful rumors that spread about me, that was you too. Also, you could swoop in and act like the only friend of a poor bullied girl. Let me guess, it was all to make yourself look good in front of my brother, right?
What proof do you even have to back up such ridiculous claims?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the fact that you drunkenly bragged about it to your so-called close friends? You went on and on about how you managed to snag yourself a Dr. Fiancé, and as luck would have it, there's a recording of that conversation.
What? Why would...
I happen to know someone who specializes in resolving complicated issues like this. They did a bit of digging for me, and it's not just the bullying. Remember all those times I tried to dress up a little, only for you to mock me? That doesn't suit you. Stop trying to act like someone you're not. Honey, you're too ugly for that. Those words still sting.
I was just...
What was it you used to say? I'm only saying this for your own good? Yeah, that was your favorite excuse, and because I had no one else to rely on, I believed you. Every single time. And let's not forget about the part-time job you recommended to me. Remember that? The one where you insisted on taking half of my paycheck as some kind of placement fee? I knew something was off, but I didn't dare question it because, well, you told me to do it. You've been sabotaging my life from the very beginning. Everything I've endured, all the pain and humiliation, it all traces back to you. So tell me, do you have anything to say for yourself? Say something.
Oh, are you done now? Wow, that was quite the speech. Do you feel better after getting all of that off your chest? Honestly, it was so pathetic, I almost felt sorry for you. Almost. Do you really think dragging up ancient history is going to change anything now? Whatever, just get to the venue already. Do you have any idea how much of a mess you've caused today?
A mess? If anyone's to blame for this disaster, it's you. This is entirely your fault.
Oh, here we go, blaming others again. You always do this, don't you? No wonder you were such an easy target for bullies.
You of all people have the nerve to say that to me?
Enough! Just get over here and clean up your own mess. And while you're at it, explain to everyone exactly why this situation has spiraled out of control. Make sure they all know it's because of you.
Fine.
Hurry up, you useless slug. You!
What's wrong?
What do you mean, what's wrong? What have you done to me?
Huh? I just did what you told me to do.
What do you mean by what I told you? Then why did you do something like that?
No, because you told me to explain to everyone whose fault it was that this situation ended up like this. So that's exactly what I did. Everything that has happened is because of you. So I told everyone that.
Are you kidding me? Who told you to do something like that? I told you to explain that my relatives couldn't come because of the extra things you did.
No, you didn't. You told me to explain whose fault it was that this was all happening.
So it's all your fault, right?
Really? Then why did the venue get so chaotic? If you weren't at fault, things wouldn't have escalated like that.
Well, that's because you said things that weren't true.
I only said what's true. All the harassment you've done to me, how you've tried to degrade my character and make sure I couldn't stand up to you. It was almost like mind control the way you manipulated me, and that's not all. You really have serious issues, don't you? You're a habitual shoplifter, you've harassed your coworkers, stolen personal belongings, you've been stalking people online, spreading false rumors.
What evidence do you have to say such things?
Oh, I've got evidence, all right. I'm only telling you about the stuff that I have proof of. There's plenty more I could say, but I don't have solid evidence for it yet. But I have some pretty disgusting stories about you, too.
Why? Why are you saying such things?
I told you, right? I have a friend who's a specialist in handling problems like these. They're really kind-hearted, you know. They just can't leave people like me, people who've been oppressed, without helping. This person and their team have been investigating you.
Why? Why? Why are you doing something so horrible?
Oh,
want to ask the same thing. How can you still play the victim in this situation?
Huh? How can you possibly say that I am not the victim?
You too. You've been spreading lies about me to others, making my situation worse. I've only done the same to you. Well, maybe not the same. I only told the truth, but yours was all lies. No matter how you look at it, I'm the one who's been victimized.
I don't care about your situation. I've been the one who suffered, so of course I'm the victim.
You're really something else. I can't believe I thought of you as a close friend and trusted you with all my heart. I feel pathetic now.
I don't care anymore. I've got Jacob on my side. No matter how much you try to pull me down, Jacob is going to be my husband. A doctor for a husband, that's the winning side. In fact, after all the things you've done to me, I'm sure you'll be the one cut off from the family. How sad for you. Well, I guess it's your own fault.
Huh? What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I'm just stating the facts. You can't understand that, can you?
No. Are you still thinking you can marry my brother?
What? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
It's simple. After all that's happened, my brother would never marry you.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Would you really marry someone who's been so cruel to your sister?
That's a different matter.
It's not different at all.
What? Now you're going to prioritize your sister over your fiancé? What a total siscon.
Listen, the only reason my brother was attracted to you in the first place was because you were kind to me. You were nice to me, protected me when I was bullied, things like that. I used to tell my brother all the time. I told him how kind and sweet you were.
Then,
yeah, so now that I know you were just manipulating me, there's no reason for him to marry you.
That's impossible. If that were true, he should have broken off the engagement by now. But here we are, having the wedding, and Jacob is still coming to the venue.
Yeah, because I asked him to.
Why would you?
Obviously. I just wanted to make sure you got hurt as much as possible.
What a terrible person.
You're the last one who should say that. Well, the truth is, there's a more practical reason for everything. But with you, I thought if I just broke off the engagement normally, you'd probably make up all sorts of stories and gossip about me, turning my brother into the bad guy. So instead, I decided to just explain everything to all the people involved with proof so you couldn't deny it. What's the matter? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
Oh, I see now. So that's how it is.
What? What's going on?
Oh, I almost ended up marrying a creepy siscon. That was close. I'm glad I realized just in time. I was about to become the sister-in-law to a total loser. Barely made it out.
Ah, I see. It's just bravado, huh?
I'm not being brave. You should know that the only reason you're acting all high and mighty right now is because you think you're safe.
What do you mean?
Do you think you can just get away with this? I'll sue you, you know.
Oh, feel free to try.
Huh? What's with that attitude? You're the one who's pretending to be tough.
I told you, right? I know a professional who deals with problems like these. Even if you try to sue me, I've made sure not to lose. And even if you do, I've got a great lawyer who's ready to help me, so I'll be fine.
You've got to be kidding me. How can you say something so ridiculous?
Well, if you want to sue, go ahead. Even if you lose, it's not a big deal. It's a civil case anyway, unlike criminal cases.
What do you mean? A civil case? What's that supposed to mean?
Shoplifting and theft are criminal offenses, you know. And all those horrible things you've done in the past. Right now, I don't have enough evidence, but Richard and his team are still investigating it. Even without hard evidence, if we can find victims who will testify, that will be enough.
Wait, if you do that, I understand. I get it now. We can talk. I said I'd sue you, but I take that back. So you'll drop the lawsuit too, right? That's fine, right?
Of course not.
Why not?
I've already made my concession. But you're really something, aren't you? It's too late for any more negotiations. We've been talking for a long time now, and it's not even really worth discussing at this point.
Yeah, I get it now. Should I apologize then? Sorry, I was wrong. Is that enough? Hey, at least answer me.
Oh, sorry, I was just on the phone.
Huh? What do you mean on the phone during something important?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
What?
The police.
The police? Why would you involve the police?
Because clearly you've crossed the line. And the truth is, I'm done playing around with you. I've been trying to be nice and handle things peacefully, but you've made it impossible. You don't listen to reason, so this is the only option left.
No, you can't do that. I swear I'll do anything. Please don't get the police involved. Just please.
It's a little late for that, don't you think? You've been causing me and my family too much trouble. And not just recently, but for a long time. You're lucky it took this long for me to actually take action. Do you really think I'd just let you walk away from everything you've done?
But I didn't mean to cause this much damage. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I don't know. It just spiraled out of control. I didn't want any of this.
Oh, now you want to act innocent? Stop pretending like you didn't know exactly what you were doing. You've been manipulating everyone around you for years. And now you want to act like you've been wronged? I'm not buying it.
I know I made mistakes, okay, but please, you have to believe me. I didn't want things to end up like this. I'm sorry. I really am.
Sorry? Is that what you're offering now? After everything you've done? Sorry isn't enough, and you know it. You've ruined too many lives. And now you think a simple apology is going to fix everything?
I was just trying to protect myself. I didn't know what else to do. You don't understand.
What do you mean you didn't know what else to do? You think you can just hurt people to protect yourself? That's the most selfish thing I've ever heard. And you know what? I am done listening to these excuses. If you want to keep making mistakes, that's on you. But I'm not going to sit here and let you keep dragging everyone else down.
But I don't know who else to turn to. I don't know how to fix things. I thought maybe I could make it all go away if I did this one thing, but it just kept getting worse.
And now look at what you've done. Look at everything that's happened because of your actions. You've hurt people who cared about you, and for what? To try to cover up your own mistakes?
No, I didn't want to cover anything up. I wanted to make things right. I thought if I could get everything to work out, then I could just move on and fix it. But I never meant for it to go this far. You have to believe me.
I don't know if I can believe you anymore. You've lied to me so many times, and I've lost count of all the things you've hidden from me. You're only telling me what you think I want to hear, but it's too late. The damage is done. There's nothing you can say that will change that.
Please, just hear me out. I can't let it end like this. I'll do anything. Please, just give me a chance to make things right.
A chance? You've had plenty of chances, but you've thrown them all away. Every time you've had an opportunity to do the right thing, you've chosen the wrong path. I'm done trusting you, and I'm done trying to protect you.
You don't get it. I've been trying so hard, but it's like everything I do just makes it worse. I'm not strong enough to fix everything. I can't undo what's been done, but I don't want to be alone in this. I need help.
You don't need help from me. You need to face the consequences of what you've done. Maybe then you'll start to understand what it really means to take responsibility for your actions. But that's something you've never done, and it's about time to start.
I can't do this. I can't live with this guilt anymore. It's eating me alive. You don't know what it's like to carry all of this alone. I thought I could handle it, but I can't. I need you. Please, don't leave me like this.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the one who needs to face consequences, remember? I'm just here to make sure you understand that you can't keep going like this. You need to own up to what you've done, and you need to stop trying to shift the blame on everyone else.
But I can't. I'm not strong enough. I don't know how to make it right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
And you think saying sorry will fix it? You think that's going to make all the pain and destruction go away? No. Sorry doesn't work like that. You can't just say it and think everything will be fine.
Then what do you want from me? What am I supposed to do?
You need to make things right. You need to own up to what you've done, face the consequences, and make amends. And that means not trying to weasel your way out of this anymore. It means accepting responsibility for the damages you've caused.
I've already done so much wrong. What if it's too late for me? What if I've ruined everything beyond repair?
It's never too late to start making things right, but you have to want to change. You can't just sit around feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to put in the effort to fix what you've broken.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can fix it.
You won't know unless you try. But I'm not going to be the one to fix it for you. That's something you have to do on your own.
So what happens now? Are you just going to turn your back on me?
No, I'm not going to turn my back on you, but I can't keep enabling you either. I've been trying to help you, but I can't do it all for you. You have to take responsibility for yourself.
I'm scared. What if I can't fix it? What if it's too late for me?
You'll never know if you don't try. But if you keep giving up, then yeah, it'll be too late. But if you start taking steps to make things right, there's always hope.
And if I fail?
Well, then you try again. You keep trying until you get it right. But the first step is admitting that you've messed up. And that's something you've been avoiding for far too long.
I think I can do that. I can try. I'll start by admitting that I've messed everything up, and I'll do everything I can to make things right. But I'm scared. What if it's too late?
It's never too late. You just have to start. And you have to believe that you can make things better.
Okay, I'll try. I don't want to keep running away from my problems. I want to make it right.
Good. That's all I need to hear. Now, take the first step, and let's see what happens.
Please, Hannah, help me.
Why are you asking me for help?
Because of that wedding, I lost my job. I've been disowned by my family, and my friends have all distanced themselves. You're the only person I can turn to, so please, I am begging you.
Even so, asking me for help is completely misplaced, don't you think?
What do you mean? It's because of you doing something unnecessary that all of this happened, right? At least take responsibility for it.
So you haven't reflected on anything, huh?
I have reflected. That's why I'm here, humbling myself and asking for your help.
You think humbling yourself is a form of reflection, huh? How much do you look down on me to come up with such a thought?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing, never mind. You'll probably never understand it, so... Well, you know. There's a live-in job with meals included, and it pays over $30 an hour. Want me to introduce you to it?
Really?
Yeah, as long as you're serious about working.
I'll work.
But you'd need some special equipment, and to get started, you'd need about $10,000.
$10,000? I don't have that kind of money.
Oh, then I guess it won't work. How about a part-time job at a convenience store instead?
I can't. I don't even have a place to stay. My phone will probably get cut off soon, and then I won't be able to.
Should I negotiate to have it kept on for you?
You can do that?
Yeah. It'll be deducted from your paycheck, though.
Yes, that works. I'll take it.
All right, I understand.
Okay, for now I'll save up enough for the essentials and then start from scratch.
I hope that happens for you. I introduced the job that Richard had recommended to me directly to Bethany. At first glance, the position might seem like an ordinary job, but to be completely honest with you, it's actually quite shady. The company completely disregards labor laws, and in many ways it operates in a gray zone that could be seen as not just unethical, but also bordering on illegal. There are several aspects of the work that make me feel uncomfortable, but despite that, I wouldn't call it outright criminal activity. It's not like they're engaging in anything that would land anyone behind bars, but it's definitely not a place where most people would want to work, even if they had no other option. The environment is toxic, the rules are loose, and the people there seem to just go through the motions, never questioning anything that happens. The labor standards are blatantly ignored, and in that sense, the situation is incredibly bleak. However, it's not something that would lead to any serious legal trouble if you weren't looking too closely. It's not that I'm directly involved in anything illegal, but it's an operation that thrives by taking advantage of those who don't know better or those who don't have much of a choice. It's the kind of place that exists in the shadows of society, where everything is done just above board enough to avoid any real consequences, but still pushes the limits of what's ethical. Despite the questionable nature of the job, I still decided to introduce it to Bethany. Why would I do such a thing, you ask? I'll tell you, it wasn't something I wanted to do lightly, but it was a decision I made after Richard's warning. Richard, knowing exactly how things work, gave me a piece of advice that stuck with me. He told me point blank that someone like Bethany would never reflect on her actions. He said that she would never come to terms with her past mistakes or feel any sense of remorse for the way she treated people. He went even further to say that one day she would eventually come after me or my family, seeking revenge for something, anything. Honestly, I think Richard is right. As much as it pains me to admit it, I know that deep down, despite everything that's happened, she used to be my close friend. We had shared so much together, and even though we had drifted apart, I like to think that I understood her better than anyone else. But even with all that understanding, I can't deny the truth. She's not the kind of person who will learn from her mistakes or grow emotionally. There's something inside her that's broken, and that brokenness keeps her stuck in this never-ending cycle of resentment and anger. I never wanted to believe it, but I can't deny that it's true, and because I know what she's capable of, I knew I had to take a hard stance. So I made the decision to introduce her to this job, knowing exactly what kind of environment she would be stepping into. The job itself is not glamorous, nor is it even close to what most people would consider a good opportunity. The pay might seem reasonable at first glance, but that's where the catch lies. When I told Bethany that the position would come with room and board, I didn't tell her that she would have to pay for everything herself. The salary might seem like enough to survive on paper, but once everything is taken out for accommodation and food, there's not much left. Bethany will soon realize that the job isn't as simple as she might have thought. The work environment is grueling and the expectations are unrealistic. The long hours will drain her and there will be no room for personal time or communication with the outside world. The company prides itself on isolating its employees from anything that might distract them from the work at hand, and Bethany will have to adjust to that reality quickly. It's the kind of place where everyone keeps their head down, works without question, and simply follows orders without ever thinking about what they're doing. But what makes it worse is the way they've structured everything financially. The accommodation and food are not provided for free. They come with a hefty price tag. Every single day, Bethany will have a portion of her salary deducted to cover the cost of her room and meals. The deductions will be substantial, and by the end of each month, she'll find herself with less and less to show for all the hours she's worked. As if that wasn't enough, there's the issue of the $10,000 debt. This is where it gets really ugly. Bethany has always had a problem with managing money, and now it's come back to bite her. The $10,000 debt is a burden that she can never escape from. The company has made sure to include an interest clause, so every month her debt will grow. The interest will be deducted directly from her paycheck, further reducing the amount she can save or use for personal expenses. She won't be able to pay it off quickly, and with the high interest rates, it could take years to clear the debt, if she ever manages to do so at all. And that's not the worst part. The most important detail, the one that seals her fate in this arrangement, is the job placement fee that I'm taking. As a part of the deal, I'm entitled to half of her salary. That's right, half of everything she makes will be taken by me. When I told her that this was part of the arrangement, she didn't seem to understand the full impact of it. She's so caught up in her own world that she failed to grasp just how severe this would be for her. It's not a matter of just a few $100s here and there. It's half of her paycheck, month after month, with no way of getting out of it. The situation is dire, and once she's in it, there will be no way to escape. The money will never stop flowing out of her account, and she will be stuck in this cycle indefinitely. Bethany used to say that this was just the way things worked. I remember her saying to me more than once when we were younger, "That's how it is," she would say, as if it were some sort of unchangeable rule of life. But now the consequences of that mindset are catching up with her, and she doesn't even realize it. Even though Bethany will work herself to exhaustion every single day, she will never be able to pay off that $10,000 debt. The interest will keep piling up, and she will never see an end to it. And the worst part is, she'll be working under these horrible conditions for the rest of her life. There's no way out, no possibility of a better future for her. The sad truth is that this job will trap her. She'll never be able to leave, not without giving up everything she's worked for. Her options will shrink more and more as time goes on until she's just another cog in the machine, grinding away day after day with no hope of a better life. Bethany might think she's being clever by accepting this position, that she's somehow outsmarting me or finding her way into something better, but she doesn't know what she's getting herself into. She thinks that she can handle the work, that she can tough it out, but the truth is that she won't be able to last. The longer she stays in this job, the more she'll lose, until there's nothing left of her but a shell of the person she once was. And as for me, well, I'm not sorry for what's going to happen to her. It's harsh, yes, but it's the only way to ensure that she never comes after me or my family. Richard was right. Bethany will never change. She'll never learn from her mistakes, and so I've made the choice to protect myself, to protect those I care about, even if it means sending her down this dark path. The sad reality is that she's already lost, and I've made my peace with that. I know this is going to sound harsh, but the reality of the situation is that Bethany will never find a way out. She'll be stuck in a vicious cycle where the debts continue to pile up and the pressure will slowly crush her piece by piece. She won't be able to escape, not unless she breaks free of everything she's known, everything that holds her back, and that's not something she's capable of doing, not in the state she's in now. She will go through the motions, working day after day, believing that she's making progress, believing that she's in control, but in reality she won't have any control at all. Everything she does will be dictated by the debt she owes, the hours she works, and the fear that she'll never be able to climb out of the hole she's dug for herself. I can already see it now. Bethany will wake up every morning feeling the weight of it all on her shoulders. She'll try to push through, but it won't be easy. The exhaustion will seep into her bones, and eventually it will start to show. She'll be worn out, frustrated, and unable to make sense of why things are going the way they are. The deeper she sinks into the situation, the harder it will be for her to even recognize the way out, let alone take the first step toward it. And then once the debt continues to grow, she'll start to lose hope. That's when the cracks will start to show. She might act like it's not affecting her, like everything is fine, but deep down she'll know. She'll know that she's trapped in a situation she can't get out of. She'll wonder what happened, where everything went wrong, but by then it'll be too late to do anything about it. There will be nights when she'll lie awake, staring at the ceiling, her mind racing with thoughts of escape. She'll think about running away, starting over somewhere else, but she won't be able to leave the job behind. The debt won't let her go. No matter how far she runs, it will always be there, following her like a shadow, reminding her that she'll never be free. The hardest part, though, will be when she starts to realize the truth, that there's no way out, that the life she thought she could build for herself is nothing more than a mirage, a false hope that will slip through her fingers the moment she tries to grasp it. The job will become her prison, and it will be her own doing. She won't have anyone to blame but herself for accepting the position, for ignoring the warning signs, for believing that she could somehow make it work. But deep down, I know that she'll never acknowledge her role in all of this. She'll never admit that she made a mistake. Instead, she'll point fingers at the world, at everyone around her, blaming them for the way things turned out. She'll say that she had no choice, that she was forced into it, that it was the only option available to her, but that's not true. There were other choices. There were other ways out. She just couldn't see them because she was too blinded by her own pride, too focused on her own ego to see the reality of the situation. That's why in the end, it's going to be impossible for her to escape this cycle. She's never going to see that she's the one who trapped herself. She'll always be looking for someone else to blame, someone else to hold responsible. But the truth is that she's the one who has put herself here. No one else is to blame for her choices. As much as it pains me to say it, I know that this is the only way for her to learn. It's not like I wanted this for her, but sometimes people need to hit rock bottom before they can truly understand the consequences of their actions. Sometimes the only way for them to change is for them to lose everything, to see just how far they've fallen. Maybe then, and only then, will she be able to see what's been right in front of her all along, the fact that she's the one responsible for her own downfall. I just wish it didn't have to come to this. I wish there was another way. But Bethany doesn't give me much choice. She's left me no other option but to do what I did. She's pushed me to this point, and now I have to live with the consequences of my actions. And yet, as I think about it more, I realize that maybe it's not about teaching her a lesson. Maybe it's just about protecting myself. After everything she's done, after all the time she's crossed me and my family, I can't afford to let her get away with it. She has to be held accountable for what she's done, and if that means taking advantage of her mistakes and giving her a taste of her own medicine, then so be it. I have to be strong, even if it feels wrong, even if it hurts to see her in this position, because at the end of the day, I'm not the one who got her here. She did this to herself. It's strange how much things have changed between us. Not too long ago, we were close. We were friends who shared our lives, our secrets, and our dreams. I never imagined that it would come to this, that we'd be on opposite sides of something like this. But here we are, and I can't deny that it feels like a betrayal. She betrayed me first, though. She betrayed my trust, my friendship, and my loyalty.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
What's the deal with you, Haley? When are you gonna finally get around to doing the housework? We've got laundry piled up to the ceiling, a sink full of used dishes, toilets that stink to high heaven, and an inch-thick layer of dust on all the furniture. And that's just inside the house. You also need to mow the lawn, weed the garden, wash the windows, and a ton more work to do. My mom is super disappointed in you, you know that? She says you're the worst housekeeper she's ever seen.
Cole, listen to me. I am tired of telling you this. We are divorced. We've been divorced for about half a year now.
And I'm tired of telling you that just because we're divorced doesn't mean you're off the hook for doing the housework. You're not the boss around here, Haley. You don't get to decide who has what responsibilities.
I could say the exact same thing to you. We're not married anymore, Cole. Why should I have to keep going to your house to clean up after you? And even if we were still married, that is not how you ask your wife to do something for you. As much as you wish it were otherwise, a wife is not the same thing as a maid. Both you and your mom need to get that through your thick heads. This atrocious attitude of yours is exactly why I divorced you in the first place.
Give me a break. You divorced me? Nah, I don't think so. You're not the one who holds the cards here.
What are you talking about?
We divorced you because we had no other choice. It was the only way that we would ever be able to get you to understand how things work around here. We tried and tried to instill some discipline in you, but nothing worked. So you can quit the acting already. I know, you miss me and you're desperate for my attention. And I want you to know that my mom and I aren't mad at you. Anytime you're ready to tell us you're sorry, you can come right back here and we can be a family again.
I'm really confused. You're not angry at me? What's that supposed to mean?
It's just what it sounds like. We were never angry at you. We just wanted you to do your job the right way. But I should also warn you, we're being incredibly generous with you, and we won't wait forever for you to come around.
I don't believe this. You really still don't get it? I told you from the very beginning that your mom was constantly being horrible to me. I gave you an ultimatum, too. If she didn't knock it off, then I was going to leave. Well, she didn't knock it off, so I left.
Have you been taking acting lessons since you've been grounded? Because your acting still stinks. Yeah, I remember what you said. You said that you've always wanted to have a family. And you know what? I did just that when I married you. It would be nice if you said thank you once in a while. I know you want to pretend like you're the poor, oppressed heroine in your own little soap opera, but you need to grow up and come back to reality. Like I said, this is a limited time offer. If you keep up this tantrum of yours, we might just have to escalate things.
How many times do I have to tell you before you understand that I don't want to come back? Now leave me alone. All right, girl, I got your message. Go on, spill the tea. Oh, thank God you got back to me. I've been wanting to complain about this to you all day. Let me guess, it's about him, isn't it? You know, Captain Clueless, Sergeant Shameless, the Incredible Dolt. You know me too well, Chelsea. Of course I do. We've been friends since forever, haven't we? I probably know you better than you know yourself. So tell me, what has he done to you this time? Seriously though, it's been 6 months since you guys divorced. He still doesn't get it? I have told him so many times that I am not interested in getting back together with him. I have tried being polite, that didn't work. Then I got stern, that didn't work either. Recently, I've even tried insulting him, but nothing gets through. No matter what I say, he always interprets it as me playing hard to get. You told me he was a legendary mama's boy, didn't you? Maybe that has something to do with his obsession with you. Like he sees you as a second mother or something. Wasn't he also divorced when you met him? No, he never even got that far. They broke up before they got married. Actually, she left him pretty close to their wedding date, if I recall correctly. Geez, she was that desperate to leave him? Did you ever hear what happened between them? He always talked like she was some kind of self-centered woman who only cared about herself. But the more I think about it, I bet it was his mom. You remember me telling you about all the sadistic, evil stuff she did to me? That wasn't just your typical strict mother-in-law stuff. That was downright psychotic. And Cole wasn't always this bad. Back when we first got married, he was always a regular gentleman to me. But once his mother started coming by the house regularly, he turned into a completely different animal. He would join right in with her whenever she started laying into me. Once it got to be too much to handle, I left. It seems to me like his mother is the true root of the problem, but Cole's just as guilty as her for taking her side. Listen, sweetie, the only way a guy like Cole is ever going to get the picture is if you completely, thoroughly, utterly, mercilessly destroy him. And what are you gonna need to do that? Hitman? Good answer, but not what I was looking for. No, I'm talking about getting you a new man. I just so happen to know a guy who I think would be perfect for you. With him on your side, you wouldn't have anything to worry about from dear old Cole. Oh yeah? I have been feeling a bit lonely lately. Maybe I'll take you up on that offer. Is he hot? Girl, he is steaming. If I wasn't already taken, I'd take him. He's hired. Can he start tonight? Hold on, let me see if he's busy.
When are you gonna get over your pride, Haley? I know that you're crying yourself to sleep every night since you're not lying next to me. My mom told me all about you. She said that women love to push boundaries to see if their husbands really care. Sorry, but I've already proved I care. It's time for you to do the same. You can start by getting over here to clean up and cook for me. If you can keep up the good work every day for a while, then I'll consider taking you back.
Oh, aren't you generous? Well, too bad for you. I would rather cook and clean for Satan himself than be your maid. Plus, I've already met someone else.
What? What do you mean you've met someone else?
What do you think I mean? I have a new man.
Seriously, Haley? I get that you're thirsty for attention, but you're cheating on me now? I've been patient with your nonsense up until now, but you had better clean up your act before I start to get angry.
This isn't about you, dimwit. I'm telling you that I'm getting married to someone else. And seeing as though we're divorced, I'm not cheating.
Hold it right there! You love me, though! Why would you do something like this to me? What's gonna happen to our relationship if you go off and marry some random guy?
What relationship? We're divorced.
Just because we're divorced doesn't mean our relationship is over. We're in love. It doesn't matter whether we're legally married or not. Our hearts have a connection that will last until the end of time. That's why I've been waiting so patiently for you to be honest with yourself and come back to me.
You were wasting your time. You should have been out looking for someone new.
Why would I do that? You're the only girl for me, and I'm the only guy for you.
I hate to break it to you, but you're wrong. One of my friends introduced me to a guy who's a few years older than me. He works out a lot and does a bunch of outdoor sports, so he's got a great body. He even likes to cook and clean.
That settles it. You're not really interested in him. You hate sports and exercise. You're always reading books and watching TV in your free time. You guys have nothing in common.
Hey, let me fill you in on a little secret, Cole. People change. A lot of our dates have been outdoorsy stuff, and while I was a little unsure at first, I'm actually really enjoying it now. I just bought myself a new road bike last week so I wouldn't have to borrow one anymore.
I can't believe what I'm hearing!
And guess what? We have a date tomorrow, too.
Stop it! I know you're just trying to make me jealous. So what's this guy do for a living, huh? I'll bet he's got no career prospects.
Without getting into specifics, let's just say he's a fairly high-ranking civil servant. And before you ask, yes, he makes more than you.
And so what if he does? I'm still on my way up. Are you telling me you only like him for his money? That's not love, that's greed. It'll never last.
Were you not paying attention just now? Let me be as clear as possible. My new man is superior to you in every single way imaginable. If I were to come back to you, it would be a straight-up downgrade. He doesn't order me around like a maid. He actually listens to me and cares about what I think and feel. I don't know how I'll ever pay back my friend for introducing me to such an incredible guy.
This can't be happening.
It is, though. Do you get it now? I'm through with you. Now, never contact me again, you delusional dork. I'm happier than I ever was with you now. I wish you the best of luck. Goodbye.
Come on, Haley, pick up your phone. There's no one with you now, right? I've been watching your place for a while, so I know you're alone. I came by to pick you up, so hurry out here and get in the car. We're going home.
You're sick, Cole. Really sick. I just called the police.
You did? But why? Haven't you done enough ploys for attention?
I'm not going to have this conversation with you again, Cole. We're through.
We aren't through, only you are. Don't you care about how I feel? Do you have any idea how much it hurts me to see my girl with another man? Not to mention how much you hurt my mom. She was so excited to have a daughter-in-law, but all you ever did was talk back to her. If you're not gonna come outside, fine, let me in so we can talk. You know you'd rather live in my big, comfy house than this cramped apartment.
I'm not sure why you know where I live now, seeing as I never told you my address. Every single day, my opinion of you gets worse. Let me guess, you're going to say you tracked me down because you love me, right?
What other reason could I have?
You were talking earlier like you were the victim here, but have you ever considered how much you've hurt me?
Hurt you? How? I've been nothing but good to you. All you had to do was cook and clean, and all your needs were met. I bought a nice house for you so you wouldn't have to pay rent anymore. And my mom came by to visit all the time. Oh, and by the way, she told me you always made her do all the housework for you. So what are you unsatisfied with? What more could you possibly want from me?
Wow. I think that may be the first time you've ever asked me about what I want. Too bad it's a rhetorical question. And about your mom, did she tell you about the day she burned my hand?
Huh? You burned your hand? Why, you mean the day you burned your hand when you spilled a pot of hot water? Yeah, she told me about that.
That's not what happened. I didn't spill it, she dumped it on me. Whenever I rubbed her the wrong way, she would simply wait until you weren't looking and take it out on me. Sometimes it was just her nitpicking about my cleaning. Other times it was more serious, like when she would throw away food that I prepared. Another thing she would do is bump into me and pretend it was an accident.
You're just imagining things. My mom wouldn't do that on purpose.
You're as dull as they come, so of course you didn't notice. But the time she burned me was the last straw. I told her that if she would convince you to agree to a clean divorce, then I wouldn't press charges or sue her.
Wait a second. Is that the reason my mom suggested I divorce you? But she said it was to teach you a lesson.
That was a cover story. Do you remember me telling you that my parents divorced when I was a kid?
Yeah, totally. You said you never had much to do with your mom after that. That's why I wanted to give you a new family with the mom you never had.
That's just the thing, though. I already had a mom like yours. She was basically the exact same person that your mom is, picky, short-tempered, and demanding when no one else was around. But the moment someone else came along, she turned into the sweetest, kindest person around. Then once they were gone, she'd start right back into abusing me. I was terrified, hurt, and alone for so long. One day my dad came home early from work and caught her in the act. He divorced my mom and sued her for full custody of us, which he was thankfully granted.
But that doesn't sound like my mom at all.
Yeah, I know. That's because you never saw your mom's true face. When I was alone with her, she was nothing but a menace. Then once you got home, she put on a happy face, lied through her teeth about me, and then you did every single thing she told you to.
But she said that I needed to be stricter with you to show you I love you. She told me that's what husbands are supposed to do.
Yeah, my point exactly. She told you nonsense and you believed her. You're such a pathetic little mama's boy, Cole. It's disgusting.
Hey, I am not a mama's boy.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Whenever your mom and I told you conflicting stories, did you ever believe me once?
Well, I guess maybe I trusted her most of the time.
No, all of the time. You never believed me and you never defended me from her. This is the exact same thing that happened with the woman you were engaged to before me, isn't it?
Why are you bringing her up? She has nothing to do with this. She just couldn't handle criticism. My mom would give her simple advice and then she'd start crying her eyes out. My mom told me I would never be happy with a woman as weak and emotional as her, and she was totally right.
Just as I thought. You never defended her from your mom either.
But my mom was right, though.
And that deplorable deference to your mom's every single word is exactly what I can't stand about you. I believed you at first when you told me you broke up with her, but now I'm certain that she's just the one who left you just like I did. By the way, the police should be here sometime soon. Are you sure you don't want to try to run?
Wait, you mean you actually called them? Oh shoot, I can hear the sirens getting closer! This is your last chance, Haley. Call the cops and tell them not to come, or we're through!
Your terms are acceptable, Cole. I despise you with every fiber of my being, and I hope you spend a very, very long and miserable time in jail. Goodbye, Cole. You were the worst mistake I ever made.
Haley, no!
Good evening, Cole. I hope you'll excuse me for contacting you out of the blue. I got your phone number from Haley.
Who are you? Are you a friend of Haley's or something? In that case, I could really use your help. Do you think you could help me get through to her? She's been acting totally unlike herself lately. She keeps telling me that she hates me, that she never wants to see me again. It's really hard to deal with her like this. The other day, she even called the cops on me. Can you believe that? I just got to her apartment now to try and talk to her, but she won't open up. Can you contact her for me?
Oh, I see. So you were the one who's been pounding on the door for the last several minutes.
Huh?
My name's Chelsea. I'm a friend of Haley's. We've been friends since elementary school, and right now, she's staying in my apartment. We thought we would try trading rooms for a while to see what would happen.
Okay. I don't really get that.
Okay, then let me ask you a question, Cole. Are you aware of the fact that what you're doing is legally considered stalking?
Stalking? Get out of here! We're a married couple! Is it a crime for a husband to come and visit his own wife?
No, but that's not what the situation is here. She refused to give her your new address, and so you hired a private detective to track her down. You came to visit her once, she called the police on you, and they told you never to go and visit her again. Most people would realize at that point that their presence wasn't welcome.
Well, me and Haley aren't most people. This is a matter between me and my wife, and I'll thank you to not come between us. Now I need to talk to my wife about something very important. You said she's staying at your place? Tell me your address then. Give it to me, now!
Now, Cole, calm down. You're going to end up hurting your wrist if you keep pounding the door that hard. Or worse, you might end up damaging the door. Oh, that might cost me a portion of my security deposit.
I told you to give me your address. Don't make me tell you again.
Oh, and what'll you do if I don't?
I'll break down this door and make you tell me.
Interesting. So after you assaulted a police officer, what were you going to do next?
Huh?
I'm a cop, Cole. Sure, I'm off duty right now, but I'm more than willing to spend my time off protecting my best friend from the creep who's stalking her. I've been waiting here because I knew that you would try and come back eventually.
This was a setup?
Speaking of setups, I'm also the one who set her up with her new man. And just so you know, I would strongly suggest you not messing with him. He's the captain of the local police department and my boss.
What the? She said he was a civil servant. She didn't say he was a cop.
He's quite an impressive guy. He actually became captain when he was just 30 years old. That's an incredibly fast rise through the ranks. He's also a total hottie, but that's besides the point. The point is that Haley has two people on her side who you do not want to mess with. We won't let a scumbag like you anywhere near our Haley.
No way! But Haley and I were meant for each other. I was the man of her dreams. I gave her everything she asked for.
Wrong on all counts. Now, I don't think I need to remind you that Haley already has a restraining order against you. Breaking that order carries a fine, jail sentence, or both. Do you understand that?
You're lying. I don't believe you. If what you're saying is true, then Haley really does hate me.
Well, yeah, she does. You really didn't get that until right now? Have you ever considered getting some psychiatric help? I'm not an expert in the field, but if you'd like, I can arrange for a safe place for you to spend the night.
Shut up. I'm not crazy. I'm completely fine and I haven't done anything wrong. It's all my mom's fault. She's the one who's responsible for this. I need to go see Haley to tell her that my mom won't bother her anymore so we can get back together again. Now tell me where she is.
Oh, give it a rest, would you? You really think you haven't done anything wrong? I can admit your mom does seem to be a bit of a menace, but that doesn't change the fact that the biggest problem here is you. You obeyed every single order your mom gave you, no matter how much you were hurting Haley. And then after she divorced you, you messaged her offering to allow her to come back to you? What kind of self-centered idiot are you? This is your last warning, Cole. Back off Haley now and never bother her again.
You can't keep me from her! She's the only girl out there for me. All of my girlfriends until now have left me once my mom starts getting involved in our lives. Haley's the only one who stayed with me for this long. That's how I know she's the one for me.
Wake up, she's got a new man who's better than you in every way, and a friend who's stuck with her through thick and thin. She doesn't need you at all.
But if Haley won't love me, then who will?
Hell if I know. I guess you can always run crying to your mommy and have her comfort you. But before you go, I think we need to have a little conversation down at the police station.
No, you can't arrest me. You don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong. This is all just one big misunderstanding.
You have the right to remain silent. I strongly recommend you use it. Okay, that's a wrap. Cole was just taken into custody. I put in a call to the guys who were on duty tonight, and they might want to send an extra car through this neighborhood. They picked him up right on schedule. Fortunately, he didn't have any weapons on him, which was a relief. Thank you so much for this, Chelsea. I was terrified about what he might do to you. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if anything happened to you. What are you talking about? I'm a cop, sweetie. I've busted druggies twice as strong as him before. I wasn't concerned at all. And I had backup waiting nearby, so I was never in any danger. Man, though, I am glad that I forced you to give me his phone number. I kept him preoccupied with text so that the guys had enough time to get in position to block his escape. You have always been there for me, Chelsea, even back when we were kids. I don't know how to thank you. You don't need to thank me. That's what friends are for. And I've been worried about you for quite some time, you know. I've seen you go through all sorts of tough times. That's how I knew for sure that something was going on when you were still married to that loser. You were holding back on divorcing him because you were afraid of what his mom would do, weren't you? Yeah, kinda. But in the end, all I did was make him go even crazier. Nah, you didn't do that. His mom did. You should be proud of yourself. Your strength and ability to stand up to him is the reason that he'll never be able to hurt anyone else. You're such a good friend, Chelsea. Just doing my job, citizen. I mean that literally, you know. I became a police officer because I wanted to protect women like you in the first place. Now, if you were interested in paying me back, I suppose you could always make me your maid of honor. Are you kidding? I'd never choose anyone but you. Cole was arrested and charged with violating the restraining order I had against him. Since this was his first offense, they let him go with a hefty fine, but no prison time. Frankly, though, I think the bigger shock to him was finally having to face the fact that I had rejected him. I have the feeling that the reason he's been in denial all that long was because he couldn't live with the pain of rejection. But now all the pain that he's been avoiding these last 6 months is finally crashing down on him like a tidal wave. It was such a shock to his system that before too much longer, he stopped leaving his house at all, even to go to work. He lost his job, his savings dried up, and since he could no longer afford to make the mortgage payments, his house was put up for auction. When his mother heard about everything that happened, she was furious. At me, of course, not Cole. She sped right over to the apartment I had been living in and stormed in, but at that point I had already moved. The new occupant was another one of Chelsea's friends. She was a former professional wrestler, and all it took was one glance from her to send Cole's mom running for her life. She was so panicked that she lost her footing while on the stairs and fell down 2 whole flights. This left her with some broken bones that put her in a wheelchair for about 2 months. The whole thing was captured on the apartment building's security cameras, and the footage was leaked into social media. Oh, and I hope you didn't think that I had forgotten about the way she burned my hand that time. The statute of limitations hadn't expired yet, so I promptly pressed charges and sued her for damages. And as for myself, I recently had a gorgeous wedding with my total hunk of a new husband. As I promised, Chelsea was my maid of honor and gave an awesome speech at the reception. I really am fortunate to have had such a
Kristen, may I talk to you for a quick second?
Oh, sure. What's up? Is everything all right?
I want to congratulate you on you and Cameron's marriage. It's so nice seeing the two of you so happy at this wedding.
Thanks, Tanya. Everyone's going to have a blast. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime party. We finally got hold of an extravagant venue right here in Paris.
Yes, I can see that. It's great. The problem is, there's no seats prepared for my mom and I.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My mom and I have no seats. It's strange because everybody else is already seated. It's packed in here. Sorry to bother you when you're busy. I wanted to ask you first because I don't think the staff here speak English. Is this some kind of mistake? Should I notify the wedding coordinators about this?
I'm so shocked right now.
It's okay. Mistakes like this are bound to happen, especially because of the language barrier. I'm sorry to bother you, Kristen. We'll deal with this by ourselves. Just focus on your wedding, okay? Good luck out there.
No, Tanya, you've misunderstood. I'm not shocked that there's no seats available for you and your mom.
What do you mean? What else are you shocked about?
I'm shocked that the two of you came to our wedding in the first place.
What are you talking about? Of course we'd attend your and Cameron's wedding. This is a big day for him and our family. My younger brother is all grown up and he's going to get married. My mom and I wouldn't miss it for the world. So, why are you shocked that we would come here?
I'm shocked because I went through the trouble to have our wedding in Paris, just so you wouldn't be able to attend. But you're here despite that. I thought you were too poor to make it here, but now you've ruined my plan. Oh, the penniless family who's fully intent on leeching off of my husband has arrived in Paris at last.
Leech off your husband? Kristen, what are you going on about?
Quit pretending like you don't know what I'm talking about. Acting clueless isn't going to fool me. I see right through you and your mother's evil schemes.
Hold on a minute. Don't jump to conclusions, Kristen. We only came to celebrate you and Cameron's wedding ceremony. We have no bad intentions for him at all.
Schemes. In that case, how did you pay your travel expenses from the US to Paris? You came here by plane, correct? I know that's quite out of your budget.
Travel expenses? Well, Cameron was kind enough to pay for us. I'm so grateful because we couldn't have made it here without him.
See, that's what I mean, Tanya. You're only proving my point here. Ultimately, you're going to continue to depend on Cameron to pay for everything under the sun, aren't you? Your rent, your food, your leisure, everything. Just like you forced him to pay off your travel expenses. You're going to mooch off him forever.
What? All these assumptions are absurd. We have no intention of depending on Cameron financially. You see, when Cameron told us that he was going to have this wedding in Paris, initially we knew that my mom and I didn't have the means to come here, so we were thinking of not attending. Hearing that, Cameron said he wants us to attend his wedding by all means possible. As a result, he ended up paying for our travel cost. You're misunderstanding us. We never forced him to provide money for us. We never have.
How do you expect me to believe you? I won't. You two are always trying to live off of other people's money. That's all you needy beggars think about.
That's not true at all. You're misunderstood about all of this, Kristen.
I'm not misunderstanding anything. It's true that you're leeching off my husband. As a wife, it's my job to support Cameron. That means I have to protect him from your determination to use him for his money. That's why I'm not going to overlook your high-handed behavior anymore. Cameron is a top-tier physician working at an elite university-affiliated hospital. He's one of the highest-earning workers in this country. I'll never forgive you if you exploit his income, Tanya. I'm his wife, so his money is all mine.
I already told you. I don't intend on stealing his money at all. How many times do I have to repeat myself for you to believe me? You're a nurse working in the same hospital as Cameron, right, Kristen?
Fine. Yes, I am. I'm an exceptional nurse. I rank highly in my workplace.
Exactly. It's strange that you're so controlling about how Cameron spends his money, especially since you're earning a lot yourself. Your frustration with him helping us makes it seem like you value his money more than anything. We thought you wouldn't be like that given your success. It's disappointing to say the least. I'm shocked by your reckless assumptions about our family.
Please. Whatever. What I say is true. You're really lucky to have me, you know. You care a lot about Cameron, and I'll do everything to support his career and lifestyle. To do that, I just need to get rid of you two first. If you really value your brother, then you have to cooperate with me on this. You really had the audacity to come to our wedding ceremony in Paris, huh? Too bad, because there's 0 seats prepared for you.
So you admitted. Us not being allowed to attend this wedding. It's all your handiwork.
Yes, it is, and I'm proud of what I've done. Wow, you're actually smart enough to realize that this was my plan all along. Our wedding ceremony today is extremely lavish. I mean, just take a look around you and it's not hard to see. We've spent months planning this wedding, and it's even in Paris. Frankly, it would be a waste to have you impoverished lowlives as guests. Besides, today's wedding is full of big shots from the healthcare industry, including the head chief of our hospital. If a beggarly family like you sticks around, the quality of this wedding is going to plunge. Hurry up and leave this place, both you and your mother. That's a command.
Hi, Tanya. The wedding's going to start in a little bit. I'm so excited. Where are you right now? Did you and Mom make it to the wedding venue yet?
Yeah, we've arrived. I honestly thought we would be late because we couldn't communicate with the taxi driver at all. But we got here on time.
Thank goodness. I was really worried that you would get lost on the way. This is your first time in Europe after all. Who knows what could go wrong?
I'm so glad we made it too. The valet at our hotel was kind enough to talk to the taxi driver for us. I was so worried because we don't know a lick of French. He understood where we wanted to be dropped off at, so we were able to get here on time.
Oh, really? You guys are so lucky. I'm really glad you made it all the way to Paris. You and Mom attending our wedding today? That's all I ever want right now.
That's so sweet, Cameron. I remember you saying the same thing a while back. I get that you want Mom to watch you get married, but you feel the same way about me too, right?
Of course I do. You're my sister, Tanya. Besides, if you and Mom hadn't sacrificed so much for me, I wouldn't be a successful doctor today.
Oh, you don't have to say that, Cameron. It was also thanks to your hard work and perseverance.
No, it's true. You guys have helped me out the most. Remember? You went through all that trouble to help me go to medical school. You prioritized me over yourself.
Cameron, we don't have to talk about this now. How many times have you thanked me already? Of course I appreciate your thanks, but it's your big day. Don't focus too much on me, okay?
Okay. Sorry about that. You know, that reminds me. I would have loved for Dad to watch me get married. All 3 of you attending the ceremony? What a dream. You know how much I admire him. He's my role model.
Yeah, I would have loved for that to happen too. You never know though. I bet Dad is watching you right now from heaven up above.
Yeah, maybe he is. That makes me feel better. Thanks, Tanya. Anyhow, looks like the wedding is going to start soon. We're right on schedule. You and Mom just sit down and wait until it begins, okay? Can't wait to see you.
Wait, Cameron? I still need to talk to you about something. Can you give me a second?
Sure, what's up? Is everything okay?
Actually, things aren't going okay right now. I don't think we can stay here to attend the wedding ceremony.
Huh? Are you okay? Are you not feeling well? Or is something wrong with Mom?
No, don't worry. Nothing's wrong with us. It's just, there's no seats prepared for the 2 of us.
That can't be. I don't get it. You're my family. How could you not be invited? I wonder what went wrong. I'm surprised there was even a mistake. Kristen planned this wedding meticulously.
No, there's no mistake. This was all done to us on purpose.
What do you mean?
It's a long story, okay? But I'll explain everything to you.
And the wedding ceremony will start any time now. Did you guys leave the venue like I told you to? You better have.
Actually, we're still sticking around. My mom is really eager to see her son getting wed. You can move us to the corner of the venue so we can at least watch the ceremony from there. We don't need seats.
Seriously? How are you and your mother this annoying? Seriously, you guys are as relentless as cockroaches in my room. I would stomp on you if I could. When I tell you to scram, you scram. Hurry up and get out of here. You're going to ruin our wedding. Listen to what I say and quit acting so selfish. I'm your sister-in-law. You need to have more respect for me. Huh? I'm the one who's selfish here? You have no right to call me that. Even if you don't care about us, at least consider Cameron. He needs us to attend this wedding. Don't you care about how this is going to affect his feelings? Think about how hurt he's going to be. That doesn't matter at all. Let him feel what he feels because, regardless, I'm never going to care or do anything to help him. You should learn to care less about what he's thinking. It's easier that way. I usually just ignore him when he asks me for advice on things.
Did I hear that correctly? Kristen, he's your husband. You should care about how he thinks and feels. Do you think you can persevere in your marriage like this?
I wasn't particularly fond of Cameron in the first place. Now that I think about it, I don't like him at all.
Then why on earth would you decide to marry him?
You really don't know? It's because he had the potential to be an elite doctor who can earn a lot of money in the future. What other reasons could there be if not that?
You married him with that kind of mindset? What were you thinking? It's a disaster waiting to happen.
That's what I wanted, and I've already done it. I mean, our wedding is today. From here on out, I have every right to control our life as a married couple. That means I can oversee how his money is going to be used. It's our money now, not his. I won't let a destitute family like you even lay one finger on it. Look, contrary to you, I'm not going to domineer Cameron's income. I'll never even consider it. I can't believe what you're saying. When that hag mother of yours becomes ill, or when she's nearing the end of her life, I guarantee that she's going to need nursing care. Do you know how much that would cost? Who's going to pay for it, huh? I know that you won't be able to pay for it from your income.
When it comes to that situation, my brother and I agreed that we would both chip in money to help our mom with her health.
See? You're intending to leech off of Cameron after all. I'm not going to forgive you for that. Why don't you understand this? Our conversation today didn't have to be this long if you weren't so stupid.
What? Why do you expect him not to help out to nurse our mom? We're siblings. It should be equal.
No, it shouldn't. Unlike him, you're not even married. Why should a married man pay when a single woman can instead? Every penny he makes is mine, not yours. Now turn yourself around towards the exit gate and leave. This is your last warning to do as I say.
If you say so. My mom and I are leaving the venue right now.
Thank you. Finally. I appreciate you coming all this way to Paris to see our wedding. It's a shame that you're not allowed to attend anymore.
No matter what happens to you, Kristen, remember that it's all because of you. Don't blame me for it.
You actually followed my orders to leave our wedding venue. I heard a guest say you were finally gone. Thank you. You're doing a good job.
Why are you contacting me again?
I just remembered that I need to speak with you about something important. From now on, my husband and I are going to cut off ties with you and your mother. We don't want a relationship anymore. So could you two not keep in touch with Cameron in any matter? Not even for important news or emergency.
That's your wish, right? I doubt Cameron had any say in deciding this. Until he says something, I won't consider it. Besides, I've been telling you this for ages, but my mom and I won't ever lay a hand on Cameron's money, I promise. Sure, he makes a lot, but it's not ours. So I disagree with you. He may be a bit busy with his married life, but we should still be able to keep in contact with him. We're his closest family.
No, you shouldn't be able to keep in contact with him. I'm never going to believe your promise. I don't trust you one bit to keep away from his money. When things go wrong, you'll steal Cameron's money to fix it. You'll make exceptions to mooch off him for silly things like helping your family. Because that'll happen in the future. I shouldn't ever let you near Cameron again. It makes perfect sense.
You're trying to make a deal with me, but I won't cooperate with you until Cameron tells me what he thinks about it. And maybe we should talk with the four of us about this when we have a chance.
We aren't going to talk together. I don't want to waste my precious time on you or your mother. I've already said this, but Cameron's opinion means nothing to me. Whatever I want, that's what our decision is as a couple. He doesn't get a say in this. So don't you ever think about being involved with us any further. If you, by any chance, show your ugly face to me, I'm going to report you to the police as soon as I can. Keep that in mind and stay in line. Cameron, we're in big trouble. You need to know about this. People are saying that the wedding ceremony is canceled.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that already.
You have? Do you know what caused the cancellation?
The cause? I don't know what caused all this. I'm as shocked as you are.
I'm shocked, but I'm not confused. Cameron, I know what happened. It's all because of your sister.
My sister? Are you sure Tanya has something to do with this? She doesn't have any problems with us.
I'm telling the truth. Your sister lied to the chief of our hospital about how I was an awful person. You see, she did all of that to ruin our wedding. She doesn't want us to get married. All her slander about me made the hospital chief angry, and he shut the whole wedding down.
Why would Tanya do that in the first place? She was so excited for the wedding today. She's really happy for us.
Don't believe her, Cameron. She was worried that you would start spending more time with me than her. She hated me for it.
I don't think she'd do that, Kristen. She's not obsessed with me. We have a healthy distance in our relationship. We always have.
That's not what I mean. Sure, she may not be super affectionate with you, but that doesn't mean she doesn't care about your assets. She's worried about how your income is going to be spent by me instead of her. She wants to be in charge of your money. To live off your income, she destroyed our wedding ceremony. She did this to try to ruin our marriage entirely, just to satisfy her greed.
That's not true. I'm sure about it.
Huh? Why aren't you believing what I said, Cameron?
I can't believe what you said, because I know for a fact that it isn't the truth. Tanya using me for my income? That would be beyond ridiculous.
Why do you say that?
I'll tell you why. Do you know why I was able to become a doctor to begin with? Of course I had to study and work hard for it. But most importantly, I had to enroll at a medical school first. For a family of our income, we weren't able to afford it. Even with a scholarship offer, medical school was way over our budget.
But wasn't your father a doctor too? Why weren't you guys well off?
Not necessarily. Dad died early on in our lives, and he was working on a relatively low-paying job. He cared more about the impact of his work rather than the salary. So we never had the money necessary to enroll me into medical school.
But you're a doctor now, so you must have gone to medical school. How did you pay for tuition?
Anya chose not to go to university, even though that was her dream all along. Instead, she started working a job and saving up. My mom started working even harder, and in the end, they were able to afford my medical school tuition. I'm beyond grateful for what they did for me.
There's no way they sacrificed that much just to make you achieve your dreams. This has to be a joke. You're lying to me, right, Cameron?
I'm not. Both my mom and sister will go to any length for my happiness. I was lucky enough to be blessed with them, and I would do anything for them. At the very least, they know not to harm others for the sake of their selfishness. Unlike you, Kristen. You've insulted and slandered my entire family. I can't believe you had the nerve to hurt them like that.
But you have to believe me, Cameron. I'm telling you the truth. Why can't you believe your wife? I mean, your family too.
I should tell you that the hospital chief already told me why he canceled the wedding.
What? You heard from the chief? So you've been pretending to not know what happened this whole time?
He let me know the terrible things you've done to them. You accuse them of using me for my money, and you call them needy beggars. I've been boiling with rage ever since. Betrayed me and my family. Kristen, I don't have anything more to say to you. I'm never speaking with you again.
My husband isn't responding to my messages anymore. I think he's mad at me.
Rightfully so. He knows everything about what you've done today. He's enraged with you right now. He's the mellow type. He never gets this mad. It just shows how terrible you and your actions were.
I don't care about the wedding ceremony. I need to talk to him somehow. If this goes on, our marriage is going to be over. I can't believe this is happening.
Oh, it's okay, Kristen. I have some good news for you. You don't have to be worried about your marriage anymore.
Oh, really? Thank goodness. I knew he would come around eventually. He never stays mad at me.
Actually, it's quite the opposite. Cameron's still furious with you, and he's determined to divorce you now.
What? He's going to divorce me? You're not playing any games, right? This can't be true.
It's true, Kristen. Starting now, all future communication will happen only when mediated by a lawyer. You'll continue to be blocked by him. I think you should lawyer up quickly. There's many things to settle during and after the divorce.
No way. Cameron's really filing for divorce? I thought a lifetime of luxury would be in my hands if I was able to marry a doctor. My dream is destroyed now.
If you really wanted that to happen, you should have behaved with more humility. Your ego and greed has gotten the best of you. It's really ruined your life.
You monster! This is all because you interfered with our wedding.
Kristen, I think you're forgetting that I'm Cameron's sister. I'm willing to sacrifice anything for his happiness. Meanwhile, you only care about your own happiness. I'm doing the right thing here, and you can't tell me otherwise. You deserve to be called out, and Cameron dodged a real bullet here. With that, I'll ask you to never show your face to our family again. Don't even contact us, okay?
Ugh! Whatever. Do anything you want. If you want to be so petty with me, then I'll do the same. Don't go crying to me for help when I take revenge on your family.
What are you planning to do to us?
What you've done to me, I'm also going to do to you. I'm going to spread lies about Cameron in our workplace. His reputation will be done for, and every worker will turn against him. That way, he'll lose his respect and eventually his position at the hospital.
I don't know what lies you're going to spread, but do you really think the people at your workplace will believe you?
The higher-ups probably wouldn't believe me. I'm just a nurse after all. But the other nurses I always work with will definitely believe me. We've grown pretty close since the first time I've started working there. We see and talk to each other every day after all.
I see. I don't know everything about your coworkers and your workplace, so you might be right about that.
No, don't say I might be right about this. I'm definitely sure they will. I'll absolutely prove that I can do this.
I hate to break it to you, but sadly, nobody in the hospital will listen to what you have to say any longer.
Huh? What are you talking about? I've always been a respected nurse in my hospital.
I'm telling you that you don't belong at that hospital from now on.
No way. Did you tell my coworkers about what happened today? You shouldn't have. This situation and my job are separate things.
No, Kristen. Don't jump to conclusions. I didn't do that at all. When I say you don't belong there, I mean it literally. You don't have a job there anymore. You're going to be fired in the near future.
What? Is that really possible? I'm going to be... What? Is that because I made the chief of our hospital angry? Is that all it took? I'm not going to allow any of this irrational behavior. It's unfair.
No, this isn't some abrupt decision like you think it is. You were meant to be fired long ago. It's just that you were being spared this whole time.
I don't understand.
From the start, you were a completely incompetent nurse. You were incapable of doing your job correctly. That's what the hospital chief told me. According to him, you've always had a problematic attitude. It got even worse after you became engaged to Cameron. You wouldn't show up to work even though you'd put the shift in. You would force other nurses to do the work for you. I guess you deluded yourself into thinking you're a big shot now that you were engaged to a doctor. Because of your behavior, a number of nurses sent complaints to the higher-ups about you.
I didn't know this happened at all. I thought I was doing all right with my coworkers.
The hospital chief told the higher-ups to wait a moment before firing you. Instead, he wanted to wait until you left the job because of your marriage. You know, because a lot of women in our state do that once they're married. He didn't want to hurt your feelings. But now you won't be getting married anymore due to your immature choices. And that's why you're getting fired instead.
I can't believe this. My marriage is over with and so is my job. My life just gets worse one thing after another.
If it makes you feel better, I'll remind you that you would have been fired either way. Even quicker if you weren't engaged to Cameron.
Just because it was supposed to happen already doesn't mean I can agree with it. This is unacceptable. Oh my gosh, what do I do now? How am I supposed to support myself? How can I keep living like this?
I can't tell you the answer to that. You have to think and decide for yourself, Kristen. You've wrecked your entire life, and you're responsible for everything.
Please, don't be so cold to me, Tanya. Can't something be done about this? I promise that I'll change my attitude, okay? So please tell me that it's possible to do things over again with Cameron.
That's impossible. I'm serious when I say that not one person around you wants to get involved with you again.
This is all some bad dream, right? This can't be true.
No, this is real, and you brought it upon yourself. They're the consequences to your actions. I urge you to not leech off of Cameron's money, even if you're in a tight spot financially. If you choose to do that even once, we'll call the police in no time.
Please, give me one last chance to fix this. You're my sister-in-law, and I love you.
I'm not going to give you any more chances. Besides, you're not family anymore. You're an outsider to us, so don't ever go around calling me your sister-in-law again.
Alright then. I'm gonna go back to the US now, okay?
Are you sure you want to do that? Mom and I are staying one more night in Paris. We want to enjoy our trip to the fullest.
Okay? Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks for the concern, though. I just want to go over a few things with my lawyer back home. Plus, I don't want to run into Kristen anymore. I don't think I could stand seeing her again.
I understand. I couldn't imagine being betrayed by your wife like that. I know that this is a tough situation, but stay strong. I know you've got this.
Thanks, Tanya. I'll try my best. But this is the result of my own actions. Ever since I found out that Dad got married when he was 20 years old, I decided I wanted to do the same as him. I know it's stupid, but I admire him that much. This is all my fault because I rushed to get married. I chose the first person in front of me, and that was Kristen. I thought I chose right, but apparently not.
Really? I never knew this. I get that you admire him, Cameron, but you don't have to copy every little thing that he does.
Trust me, I know. I only realize that now. I need to live on my own terms, not Dad's.
From here on out, you need to do better at discerning the good people from the bad. That way, maybe you could finally make your wedding happen for Mom and I to see.
Okay, I'll do my best. Till that happens, I'll try to become a better doctor. Better than I've ever been. The kind of doctor that Dad was. He always put his patients first and would bend over backwards for them.
I'm sure you can do it if you work hard, Cameron. You can come to me anytime for support, okay? I'll always be rooting for you. After returning home from Paris and immediately being laid off, she tried quickly to find another job. However, word that she had been kicked out by a major hospital spread around rapidly. Her reputation was ruined within the medical field. As a result, it was almost impossible to find a new job as a nurse. No company would accept her plea of getting employed. With no other choice, she decided to try going back to her parents' house for financial help. Nevertheless, her parents already knew why her wedding was canceled. They had attended the wedding and heard everything. As a consequence, they were furious at what Kristen had done. Even though she had called them in hopes of receiving help, they rejected her. I don't blame them for it. Being insulting to us had not only betrayed Cameron, but it also humiliated her parents at the wedding. In the end, she was estranged from her family and had nowhere to return to. She had no other choice but to rent and live in a shabby apartment complex. Her new life has begun. As of now, she gave up on finding a job in the medical field and began working as a cashier in a local supermarket. It's said that she's still in a financial crisis and barely getting by. She lives her life from paycheck to paycheck. On the other hand, Mom, Cameron, and I are getting along well, like always. In fact, we're the closest we've ever been. All after what happened with Kristen, everything has bonded us even closer. Mom and I can tell Cameron had been hurt pretty badly by her deceit. He's currently not seeking marriage and is fully dedicated to his work, as he said he would be. Looking at him now, it's almost like I'm seeing our dad from years ago. They really are alike. While Mom and I continue to be there for Cameron during his hardships, I hope that our family can stay as close as we are right now. That's all I always ask for.